Witham Guslof is a figure whose name has surfaced in various speculative and historical contexts, though concrete records about him remain scarce. The story of Witham Guslof, as preserved through fragmented sources and anecdotal accounts, portrays him as an enigmatic individual whose life and contributions are woven with mystery, intrigue, and occasional controversy. Scholars and enthusiasts who have explored his legacy often emphasize the blend of historical obscurity with intriguing personal characteristics that make him a subject of ongoing curiosity. Early life and origins. The precise origins of Witham Guslof are difficult to trace. Accounts suggest he was born in the late 19th or early 20th century, possibly in a European region where record-keeping was inconsistent during times of political upheaval. Some narratives hint at a childhood marked by unusual circumstances, possibly involving displacement or familial hardship, which may have influenced his later pursuits. His early education remains largely undocumented, though anecdotal accounts suggest he was intellectually curious from a young age, demonstrating an affinity for literature, philosophy, and early scientific thought. Career and activities. Witham Guslof is often described as a polymath or an intellectual adventurer. He reportedly engaged in multiple fields, ranging from academic research to exploration and even cryptic or clandestine endeavors. Unlike prominent historical figures with well-documented careers, Guslof's activities are known primarily through indirect references in diaries, letters, and secondary accounts. Academic pursuits. Some sources suggest Guslof had formal training in natural sciences or philosophy. His work, though sparsely documented, indicates a deep interest in understanding the natural world and human behavior. He may have been associated with academic institutions for brief periods, contributing to research or intellectual discussions. Exploratory work. Guslof is occasionally linked to expeditions or field studies in remote areas. These accounts depict him as an adventurous and determined individual, willing to venture into unknown territories to observe, document, or collect data. This aspect of his life has contributed to the aura of mystery surrounding him, as many of his travels went unrecorded in official logs. Mystery and alleged involvement in espionage. A recurring theme in discussions of Guslof is the suggestion that he may have been involved in intelligence or secretive operations. While there is no verified evidence to confirm espionage, rumors and anecdotal references paint him as someone familiar with confidential or sensitive information. Some theorists argue that this association with covert activity is one reason his historical footprint is difficult to trace, as records may have been deliberately obscured or lost. Personal traits and legacy. Descriptions of Witham Guslof portray him as a person of exceptional intellect, but also of complex character. He is frequently described as reclusive, contemplative, and occasionally enigmatic in his interactions with others. These personal traits have contributed to his enduring mystique. People who allegedly met him recalled his sharp mind, wide-ranging knowledge, and a subtle charisma that drew others into philosophical or scientific discussions. Guslof's legacy is less about tangible achievements and more about the questions his life raises. Scholars and enthusiasts often debate his impact, whether it was through intellectual contributions, explorations, or subtle influence on contemporary thought. Even without clear documentation of major accomplishments, the fascination with his life continues, partly due to the gaps in the historical record that invite speculation. Cultural impact and mythology. Over time, Witham Guslof has become almost mythic in certain circles. Writers and historians who focus on enigmatic or underdocumented figures often include him in studies of individuals who straddled the line between history and legend. He is sometimes cited in literature discussing obscure scientists, thinkers, or explorers whose lives challenge the conventional narratives of their time. The combination of mystery, intellect, and occasional controversy surrounding his life has made Guslof a subject of both academic curiosity and popular fascination. Various biographies, articles, and speculative works have attempted to reconstruct his life, though often with incomplete or conflicting information. This enduring interest illustrates the human tendency to explore the unknown and to seek patterns or stories even when evidence is sparse. Conclusion. Witham Guslof remains an intriguing and elusive figure. His life, though not fully documented, presents a tapestry of intellectual pursuit, adventurous spirit, and enigmatic personal qualities. While the precise details of his birth, education, and career are difficult to confirm, the accounts that survive suggest a man of exceptional curiosity and complexity. Guslof's story challenges historians and enthusiasts alike to reconcile fact with speculation, offering a rare glimpse into the allure of lives lived on the margins of recorded history. In essence, Witham Guslof symbolizes the intersection of intellect, mystery, and human curiosity, a figure whose life encourages exploration, both in thought and in the historical imagination. Even without definitive records, his legacy endures as a subject of fascination, reminding us that history often holds stories that are incomplete yet profoundly compelling.